Hi, I'm Leigh-Chantelle from Viva la Vegan, and today I'm going to talk to you about my transition into veganism. Everyone always asks me about how I became a vegan, or was I a vegetarian before, or my reasonings behind being a vegan. And I guess I start with the fact that in year 9, my sister and I always used to fight over this particular piece of meat when we used to have leg of lamb every Saturday night. And one night, myself being a very inquisitive child, I asked my mother, what exactly is this piece of meat? Because I knew it was a leg of lamb, so what part of the leg was this? And she said, oh, it's the Achilles tendon. And when I finally made that conscious connection between the life that was and the death that we were about to consume, there was no way I was going back from that. And from that point, it was a gradual sort of connection, gradual step into veganism, and which I would suggest would be the best way for anyone to do it. I just didn't eat meat then. I just didn't eat red meat in particular, and I was still eating chicken and seafood at this stage. Then in year 10 we went on this 1-month camp where, you know, all the city kids went to the country and learnt how to look after animals, and we were looking after chickens and hens and things like that. So after year 10 I no longer consumed chicken flesh as well. And I was still having dairy and products like that. I was also still having seafood every now and then. But I was quite sick all the time because I didn't really know that what I should replace my diet with. Like, say I'd stopped eating the meat, but I was just having veggies. I didn't realise the protein, I didn't realise the iron properties and things like that. So I guess through the vegan societies, the vegetarian societies and Animal Lib, I became educated with those sort of things. And when I finished school, at the end of year 12, I became a full vegan, where before then I was not consuming like eggs by themselves or milk by itself. I would have it within things, but it always made me feel a bit queasy, so I never really had them by themselves. So my full transition into being a vegan was when I stopped eating chocolate and ice cream, which back then, what was that, 11 plus years ago, they were quite big things, because nowadays you can get chocolate, you know, soy chocolate, you can get dairy-free ice cream, that's quite easy, but back then you couldn't at all. So it was quite a full-on thing. It was a gradual thing, I guess, realising what products had specific ingredients in them, what I could eat, what I couldn't eat, educating myself, I guess, to the alternatives available, because up until then I wasn't even sure there were alternatives. I just knew within my heart and my soul that it was a bad thing to do. You had to look after these beings on earth, and that was my step in the right direction to doing that. So yes, I became educated in what you needed, protein combining and things like that, and just gradually made different meals and turned the meals that we used to have as a family into vegan ones, or at least vegetarian for other people. And yeah, that was 11 plus years ago, and here I am still. I would suggest that people do become very educated with what they need to do. Nowadays, I think it's very laughable when people say that, oh, it's so hard to become a vegan, it's so hard to be a vegetarian, because every supermarket has at least tofu or tempeh or something like that. They have brown rices, they have all your different legumes and things like that. And yeah, there's just so many alternatives, really. You've got your soy cream cheeses, your soy ice creams, your tofu, your tempeh, your cans of beans or things like that. There's just so many things. And then also, if you go into Chinese supermarkets, Indian stores, places like that, there's so much more that they sell. And I haven't looked back from being a vegan. I do not consume anything that is from an animal origin, be it an animal or animal byproducts. I don't wear leather, I don't wear silk, I don't wear wool. I don't use makeup tested on animals, and to the best of my knowledge, because none of us are perfect, but that's to the best of my knowledge. And I would encourage everyone to do the same. Good luck.